TOMz.
And this is my boy Sia. How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Guys, we are bringing you the best inside tech edutainment right here on TOMz.
Absolutely, but not only here to entertain you guys, but also about this awesome world that we live in.
Exactly. Where there's emergencies, right? We all need that extra care to keep us going as soon as possible. And in most times, that involves medical care.
And that's exactly where a first aid ingena khona. Yabo umuntu megula nje twishy sebambe ugula okuthizeni. I first aid yakwazi ukuthi igcina ephila until more help actually arrives.
And namhlanje we are going to be learning about how these people train. If you guys have ever wondered, you guys are in the right place.
Not only that, but also my tips are awesome kakhulu ukuthi kahle kahle uyithola kule situation enje wenza kanjani. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Are you ready? Let's get the show on the road.
Alright, here's what you can expect on this episode of TOMz. So, dibana nabantu abatsha who are training to do first aid. Sifunde kabanzi why they have decided to pursue this career. Sifumane some handy tips from them. Find out what cardiac arrest really means. Sibuyeleni back in time to learn about the early days of first aid. Sifunde kabanzi about the amazing tech that will make our emergency healthcare better. And take notes, you want to know the answers in our quiz.
This is the very time where we get to interact with you guys via our social media pages. Why is it important to always have a first aid kit? It's very important because it saves lives. It really does. Very true. Anything can happen. Accidents can happen at any point in time. So one always has to be ready. Very, very true. I like that one. Keep those comments coming in on Facebook and on Twitter. Facebook.com/TOMz. On Twitter, we are at TOMz_SABC_1. With that being said, alright, to say push a roadshow namhlanje ke silana at Deepdale Secondary School once again for beautiful roadshows. Siswami nda novwani Siswami ngonje uthi wayi gaba lakho Precious wena ngicela nje usikahle kahle la esikoleni sakho udume ngani
Ngokhuluma.
Uthanda ukuyikhulumela ne? Alright, sikhulume ke. Uthi kahle kahle i-first aid wena ubuyibheka ucansi iyini?
Ndishishumiswa chine chashumisiwa arali muthu obaisala.
Nṋe ndi vhona nga ri first aid ndi tshishumiswa chine chashumiswa musi muthu obaisala chine cha preventa the microbes uri dzi dzhene musi muthu obaisala kha skin. Yeah.
And uyindaba ibalekile i-first aid.
Ibalekile because angeke umuntu angeke akwazi ukungena ama germs, so when we have it we can use it as soon as lo muntu lo simbona ukuthi ulimele.
Iyini kahle kahle i-CPR kahle kahle?
CPR, I think it's a process in which one person inflates air into another person by actually transferring oxygen to the opposite person.
It's a process where you pass mouth to mouth to a person and transfer oxygen to that person.
First aid once in our lives. But let's take a closer look at the video in feature to get more information. Yonke mihla, unexpected accidents and events can cause abantu to get hurt and even put their lives engozini. When people are trained to respond to these situations with basic medical care, they increase the likelihood that those who are injured will survive and make a full recovery. First aid is one of the first and basic care methods in which umuntu angakwazi ukuncedisa omnye, and knowing some of the principles can put you in power to save someone else's life. Imbiza from 500 BC show how Greeks used to bandage wounds during the epic battles. The Roman legions had people called Caspari who were responsible for first aid during battles and set the stage for modern combat medics. Year 100s, Utokatela named William Howes went public into the benefits of artificial respiration to save the lives of drowned victims. Footingo 1859, Jean Henry Dunant saw the aftermath of a battle and started work that would later form the Red Cross, the largest first aid provider kweli lizwe. Kubalulekile kakhulu for abantu to know more about first aid, especially in emergency situations, nokuncedisa abanye abantu.
More than 100,000 adult and children lives could actually be saved only if abantu bebeyazi ukuthi CPR yenziwa kanjani.
That's a lot of lives. Yo, kan isixeleni bani cinga ntoni ke kwi social media yethu sisayevenkileni.
And just like that, bafethu sibuyile sabukele TOMz unqa phambili when it comes to science and technology. Are you so great?
I'm still fabulous.
Great stuff.
First aid gear can save lives. Futhi ngakunceda usindise impilo yomnye umuntu ngenye imini.
Ngicela kakhulu. Yabona namhlanje ingakho siyi-TOMz siyaziphume siyobona usigahlahle abantu abatrainela i-CPR benza kanjani futhi sifune kabantu usigahlahle basuke befundani. With that being said, asabeni sokuthi usigahlahle sikhipha bomawats.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy CADDY, pronounced Caddy. Yet and another mission running the streets of Johannesburg, touchdown to Kempton Park. Today we're talking about first aid. So first aid, why is it important to us? It's you and me in this mission. Why are we still here? Let's go meet them. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thanks, and yourself?
I'm great. So
thanks.
I'm here on a mission, trying to find out exactly what is first aid. But before we do that, can you please hit us with an introduction? Tell us who you are, where are we, and what do you do?
Okay, so my name is Megan. I'm currently a third-year paramedic student.
Okay.
And we are at SA Emergency Care at the moment.
So today we're going to be focusing on first aid. Okay, cool. So tell me, what exactly is first aid?
So first aid is basically the first arrival of someone where there's someone ill or injured, using whatever materials you have to kind of prevent that person's condition from worsening.
Yes.
So it's basically just studying basic methods on how to prevent basic conditions from getting any worse.
Okay, cool. So I want to know, what's the importance of first aid? Why do people need to learn first aid?
So first aid is basically just basic medical training.
Okay.
And we think it's very important for everyone to have medical training. Any person can get hurt or fall ill at any moment, and it might be a life or death situation, and that little bit of medical knowledge may be able to save a life at some point.
Okay, cool. So what does first aid entail? Like, what kind of skills do you learn from first aid?
So you learn to deal with a lot of common injuries and illnesses. So one thing would be cardiac arrest. So if a person's heart stops beating, how to do CPR, and how to give mouth to mouth and how to breathe for that person. Another thing would be how to treat seizures, how to treat shock, how to bandage and dress wounds, how to splint someone if they've broken a bone, just basic common things that happen.
Okay, so can you take me through the program of what you guys do when you come in here?
So basically we'll just give a bit of an introduction about what first aid is and what a first responder is, and basically what the roles and responsibilities of a first responder and first aider is. Then we'll start with basic components of what first aid is. So how to manage a chaotic scene, how to deal with a situation where there's more than one patient and you need to see who's more serious and who needs help first and who can wait a little bit, that kind of thing. And then we'll go into what to do, because you can't just go to a patient and start treating them. You need to know how to assess them and see what's wrong. So how to assess a patient and try and figure out what's wrong with them so that you can figure out how to help them. And then we go into specific ailments and how to treat a patient if you find this, and how to treat a patient if you find that's wrong with them, and how to treat this kind of injury and that kind of injury.
Isizathu esinye for people not being able to breathe when injured is because they are unconscious. I-airways zabantu abaconscious stay open automatically. Kodwa when someone is unconscious, the part of the brain that maintains the airway is not functioning. Lonto ithetha ukuthi omnye umuntu needs to make sure that their airway stays open. Xa ivulekile, air can move freely from the mouth or nose to the pharynx and down to the lungs. Lento ke ithatha vital oxygen into the body, which keeps the brain alive. Ngaphandle kwe-oxygen, the brain will die and the person will either get brain damage or pass away.
Okay, cool. So let's say, here's this guy. He got a heart attack or his heart stopped. What happens? What do you do? What's the first thing that you check?
So you first need to obviously see that the patient is not responsive. So the first thing you do
how do you know? You pick up the hand or you talk to them?
So how you do that is obviously you'll first look at them if their eyes are open and not closed. So let's say his eyes are closed. Then you'll go to the patient and you'll tap on his chest to see if he's responding. So you'll go and you'll say, hello, sir. they don't respond, then the next thing you need to check is if they've got a pulse.
Okay.
So you check next to the windpipe, basically, with your 2 fingers or 3 fingers, next to the windpipe, and you feel if there's a pulse. And then at the same time, while you're feeling for a pulse, you listen for breathing, and you check if there's any chest rise. So chest rise is a good indicator of breathing, especially when you're lying down. You'll see it quite obviously like in this area, kind of where their stomach is. So check for a pulse and for breathing. You don't want to do that for more than about 10-15 seconds. Because the more the blood's not pumping, the more the body has without oxygen, and the worse chance they have of coming back.
A cardiac arrest yenzeka when there is a sudden stop in the blood flow emzimbeni. This is usually because the heart no longer pumps effectively, ithatha igazi to the brain. People who experience cardiac arrest can lose consciousness or breathe abnormally. If this condition is not treated immediately, people can die. CPR stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation, which is one of the key ways to save a life when someone goes into cardiac arrest.
Okay, cool. So he's not breathing. You can't feel the pulse.
No pulse. Then you, what you'd first do is you alert medical services so that you don't start and then no one's coming to help you. So you'd phone an ambulance and then you immediately start CPR. So how we do CPR, we do 30 compressions and 2 breaths. We have a little mouthpiece that you can get that, like I have one on my key ring. That you get a little pouch with a mouthpiece and some gloves. You'll put a mouthpiece in because you never want to, you don't know where this person's mouth has been or if they've got an illness of some sort, so you always protect yourself. So then CPR is you put your right hand over your left hand and interlock your fingers.
Like that?
Yeah. Then you put your hand in the middle of the chest, kind of like there, and in the middle of the sternum. Okay. You might be on your knees if the person's on the floor, or let's say they're on the table like this. You need to straighten your arms and have a straight back. And then you push hard.
And what does that do? Like I always ask myself, what does it do?
So basically what it's doing is you are pumping their heart for them. You are circulating blood throughout the body, because when the heart's not pumping, blood's not circulating, which means oxygen isn't circulating. And without oxygen, your brain won't survive, your organs won't survive. So you basically need to circulate oxygen. So
you do that how many times?
You do that 30 times.
30 times.
And you need to do it at quite a fast rate. So they say the rate should be between 100 and 120 beats per minute. So you do 30 compressions. Then you tilt the person's head back like this and you blow twice. And then you carry on 30 compressions, 2 breaths. It's easier if there's 2 people because then you can swap out, because it is quite tiring.
I can imagine.
And then you will do that until you've handed over to someone more qualified. So as a first aider, you can't make the decision when you need to stop. So the only time you stop CPR is until you've handed over to someone more qualified, or unless you are completely exhausted and can't carry on.
Okay, cool. So does it apply with somebody who's broken a leg and falls unconscious?
No. So then you'd obviously check, they'll probably still have a pulse, but there's many different reasons for unconsciousness. It might have low blood sugar or high blood sugar, or they might be freezing, or they might have overheated and have heat stroke, and they might have an injury like a broken leg and they might be bleeding out. So there's plenty of reasons for unconsciousness. So that's why we stress kind of assessing the patient properly to make sure that it's not like just unconsciousness as opposed to cardiac arrest.
Wow. Gaske menolwazi ne elendaba ye first aid, just save lives.
As umuntu I'm sure ukunika ilugulugu uma wazi ukuthi kahle kahle wazi ukusindisa impilo yomunye umuntu uma sesimeni esibucayi, and they actually need medical attention.
So don't worry, the tips are coming in back where venkile. Can you explain online why you think it's important to learn more about first aid?
Siyabuya khona manje.
TOMz.
Welcome back to the awesomeness of TOMz Monana SABC 1, where life and TV are one.
Namhlanje ke sifunda ngendlela ulwazi can literally empower someone to help save lives as well as first aid.
And that's exactly why we're exploring it namhlanje. Not only that, but also looking at the science behind it. With that being said, I guess thathe namehlo swaphose kala.
Okay, so ngitshele ke, for umuntu ohlele ekhaya ofuna ukwazi nge-first aid, basic first aid, angaya kuphi if akakhona ukuza la?
So you can go on the internet basically and you can Google first aid training and you'll be able to get plenty of first aid manuals basically. So this is SA Emergency Care's first aid manual, and it's basically got all the theory that we do and explains everything and how to treat all the things that I explained. But you can get these anywhere, and there are many different places other than this that offer first aid training. A lot of companies offer it, so yeah, you can basically get it anywhere if you just look in the right places, I suppose.
Okay, cool. I hope I was really like my car. Thank you so much.
No problem.
It's been awesome. I've learned so much, and all the best. Keep it up.
Thanks.
And save lives. Cheers, high five.
Cheers.
Oh man, what an awesome day, Bafethu. I've learned so much about first aid. First aid and if you know we can, because you know what? One day you might be a champion and save somebody's life. Otherwise, this is what we call mission accomplished. Your boy CADDY, pronounced Caddy, is out of here.
All you have to do is simply slide in the DMs. Alternatively, you can email us on tomz@sabc.co.za.
Njengenjalo bafethu sisahamba sayevakashela abangani bethu esikolweni sajiva sabhiyoza sadlala nemidlalo. Let's go see what went down. Lena ke sibiza nge-TOMz quiz.
Alright, namhlanje sise Deepdale Secondary School for our roadshow and of course our TOMz quiz challenge. I hope that you guys are ready to join in on our Facebook and Twitter pages, Bafethu. So if you don't know how it works, here's how it works. So Bafethu, spete amateam awu-2, spete uteam A, spete uteam B, and bona ke kumele bakhetha abantu abawu-3 who are going to come up front and play our TOMz quiz challenge, Bafethu. Please guys, select your teams right now. Zogalan. Alright. So for team A, spete uchipiwe, Arwani, Notakalo. And for team B, Bafethu, spete Precious, spete Nohunti, Nompumelelo. Alright, Bafethu, here's how it really works. If you get to hit the buzzer first, if you get it right, you get 10 points. If you don't, then unfortunately you 0. You can always ask your friends. If they give you the answer, you only get 5 points. So let's play the TOMz quiz challenge. So, Bafethu, which substance does the brain need in order to survive? Is it A, carbon, B, hydrogen, C, nitrogen, D, oxygen? Press the buzzer if you know the answer right now. All right, Team B, what's your answer?
D.
You say your answer is D, oxygen. Do you guys think she's correct? Yeah. All right, cool. Let's see if that is the correct answer. D. Yes. So, Bafethu, 10 points for Team B. Moving right along, Bafethu, what happens when someone goes into cardiac arrest? A, their heart doesn't pump blood effectively. B, their brain stops working. C, they start to bleed. D, they become violent. Press the buzzer if you know the answer right now. Okay? Team B again. What's your answer?
It's B.
Unfortunately, that is not the correct answer. Team A is on 0 points. Oh, Team B, 10 points. Congratulations, Bafethu. You guys have made it to the second round, and this we call the knockout challenge. Bafethu. So, answer your team manje. Should you hit the buzzer first, you get to answer the question, and then you move on to the next round. You guys got that? And the question is, what is the nationwide emergency number for ambulances in Mzansi? Is it A, 10177, B, 1011, C, 1022, or D, 1033? Oh, Precious. Precious, what is your answer?
C.
You said C. Let's see if that is the correct answer. Unfortunately, Precious, that is incorrect. With that being said, you have been knocked out. Hit the buzzer. All right? You say your answer is?
A.
And the correct answer is A. 10177. All right, Swami, welcome to the TOMz speed round. Ufila kanjani? Thukile ne? All right, Swami, mina ngizogaya le pattern lena ne. Ngifuna ungifakele yona kwelinye ipholi ifana kanje. You have 2 minutes to do exactly that. Should you win, sizokufaka kwilog yethu. Uma shaya zonke izikolo uzokhe sipresenta ku TOMz. Now, i2 minutes yakho iqala right about now. Asi. Woza siswami. Asamba. 25 seconds gone. Asamba. No. Asamba. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unfortunately, Siswami, ayitholanga yini okunzima?
Yeah,
Bebegrasela.
Yeah.
For you one une peace of mind.
Yeah,
All right, so again, that's how we wrap things up. Like Kaya, thank you so much for watching TOMz. Njengenhlali yenza bafethu. Okwamanje ke siyiphosela back to studio.
Yazi ndiyavuya kakhulu ukubona i-first aid and how far it's gotten in terms of its development, but I know that it's still got a way to go in the future, so let's check it out. Mobile phones will alert people before they have a heart attack. Mobile phones will give first aid advice in emergency situations. Body temperature readings will be fed through a Bluetooth device that captures data 24/7. I-machines ezinkulu ezijonga ngaphakathi komzimba zizoreplace machines that are smaller than credit cards and can be taken anywhere. And certain medical lenses, like those ezijonga endlebeni, will attach to mobile phone cameras. Yazi emva kwezi videos, I just get this happy feeling in my heart. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because I know that abantu basibukele right about now are the future in the innovations of this medical field.
Right! Ace bafethu. Hashtag TOMz, you guys are gonna slay. Anywho, thank you so much guys for tuning into TOMz. Njengenhlali yenza bafethu. Satholakala on our social media pages 24/7 on Facebook and on Twitter. www.tomz.co.za for more info on the show. With that being said, bafethu at IMC_G on Twitter.
Bundu_P on Instagram.
Goodbye and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Alright, here's what we can expect next time on TOMz. So dibana with a professional pyrotechnician who produces more than 100 fireworks in Gonyaka. Sithola kabanzi what technology he uses as he sets up a full fireworks display. Sifunde kabanzi about the chemistry and chemical compounds of fireworks. Indimbala ze fireworks zenziwa kanjani? What exciting developments does the future have in store for fireworks? And how much do you know about the booms and bangs that make you go ooh, ah? Catch us same time, same place on your favorite channel, SABC1, where life and TV are one.